But this one is super interesting. So Qui-Gon survives episode 1, but he joins Count Dooku.
That's interesting. That's tricky.
Well, because does Dooku happen if Qui-Gon lives?
Does Dooku fall to the dark side? Because we find out in Tales of the Jedi, that's a big part of why he falls. Finally done with the Order. But at the same time, I could definitely see Qui-Gon and Dooku leaving the Order together. Because they're both fed up.
They're both kind of disenfranchised, yeah.
So maybe they don't go dark, but I could totally see them being like, we're done with the Jedi. Like that. Yeah. I would still see that as a possibility, even if Count Dooku never went to the dark side. That's interesting.
It's such an interesting idea. And I would love, like, if they did do a what if series, kind of like the Marvel that they've got on Disney Plus, and they kind of like said, hey, this whole what if series is based on this. And you got, like an hour and a half of this what if story playing out. It'd be pretty cool. I would like to see this. Now, Ricky did have a part 2. Go ahead.
Well, I'm just thinking though, like if Qui-Gon and Dooku were like, hey, Jedi Order, Jedi Council, you guys are messed up. We're not doing this right. If Qui-Gon trains Obi-Wan and kind of still moves him maybe some his way, he trains Anakin, then maybe you have a group of people who are like, hey, Jedi Council, this is not cool. And maybe the Jedi Council actually gets called out and fixes something. Maybe that would have happened if Qui-Gon and Dooku had stuck around together. I don't know. That's interesting to think about.
Or better yet, what if Dooku goes bad, Qui-Gon joins him, they ditch the rule of 2, but you still get Anakin and Obi-Wan. And then you've got the 4 of them. They could easily take out
pitted against each other?
I believe. Yeah. Well, I think the 4 of them
against each other.
No, well, that in a minute, but the 4 of them together they would take over easily. So easy.
That would be.
That would be
basically
quick.
start a new order of Jedi or whatever what they'd call themselves. I don't know.
Now, Ricky's part 2 to this question was what you would say. Eventually, in the prequel trilogy. By the way, we're doing prequel trilogy what ifs today. I haven't said this, but it's prequel trilogy what ifs. So, part 2 to Ricky's question is, eventually in this prequel trilogy where Qui-Gon goes with Dooku, there is a duel with Qui-Gon and Dooku versus Obi-Wan and Anakin.
It we'll say all in their prime state.
Prime. Like say episode 3.
Because if you go Attack of the Clones, Count Dooku already handled the 2 of them both together.
Same time.
So
we'll say in their prime.
Okay. Because then Anakin does obviously beat Dooku later. Oh man, that would be crazy. That'd be fun to watch.
It's a coin flip, right?
Have we seen like a good lightsaber battle with 4 people, like 4 main characters, not just like people who are going to die really quick? Like, is that a thing?
I don't think so.
That would be intense. Can you imagine the 4 of them just like battling each other and switching off and jumping in and. That's what we need. Like, this is making me realize we need like a main character 4-person lightsaber battle. Not like people who just get cut down really quick, but like, that'd be.
The closest thing is in Rebels, right? Because in that one episode of Rebels, you've got Maul, Kanan, Ezra, and the Inquisitors all at the same time. But that's like the closest thing you've got, I suppose. Maybe in the Clone Wars, there's something, but again, I'm not the Clone Wars expert, so.
So
that would be awesome to see, though. If it's episode 3, you give the edge to Anakin and Obi-Wan.
Yeah, I mean, Qui-Gon's, I think, probably one of the wisest people there, but that may not necessarily help him against 2
also if he's
veteran
a bad guy.
At this point, war used to fighting
hardened.
in War 2 Jedi hardened. Yeah, I think they'd take it probably in that. Huh.
I mean, you got Anakin as like the greatest lightsaber dueler, and you've got Obi-Wan beats him a couple times on record. Yeah. So like,
that's true.
Sounds like Obi-Wan's the greatest dueler, and
Qui-Gon
then you've got Anakin there too,
who Obi-Wan beats, obviously.
So, I would give it to Anakin and Obi-Wan.
I think they take them. Yeah, I think that would
episode
definitely.
Episode 2, though, it's not even close.
Oh,
not even close. If it's Attack of the Clones,
no, not even close. Because Dooku does it by himself in Episode 2.
Yeah,
Qui-Gon would just be standing there watching.
They were tired at that point, but yeah, they win.